Good morning, everyone. First of all, I'm highly thankful to the organizers for giving me the opportunity to speak on this very useful and important topic, because the environment sustainability is the major global issue, and it is a responsibility of all of us, not only the government, but all of us as a citizen of each country, all the countries across the globe, we have the responsibility to save our environment. So as the earlier slide, this title slide even itself shows that carbon capture, utilization and storage, the complete value chain. We have to close the loop, then only we can achieve our target of net zero emissions by 2070. So this will be my contents of presentation. I'll just very briefly give the climate change and on the impact on humanity, then India's climate commitment, then the energy landscape, then the international regulations versus our country's regulations, then decarbonization technologies available as on date. What is the international perspective, what are the projects, and what are the initiatives that are being taken for the CCUS? So this is just to introduce the office. This is the structure of our office. Mandate of Principal Scientific Advisor Office is to give advices to Honorable Prime Minister on the scientific and technical matters. Professor A.K. Sood is the Principal Scientific Advisor, and Scientific Secretary is Dr. Parvinder Maini. And we are the scientific staff in that office. So to begin with the topic, basically, if we see that globally, the climate the changes in the climate have been observed, and we all are very well aware about that. The basic reasons are the increasing activities because of the human interferences in the terms of industrialization, be it constructions. All these activities are leading to the change in the global environment. And the carbon emissions or the greenhouse gas emissions, majority of that is being caused by the burning of fossil fuels. So the fossil-based energy are the major concerns which are causing the change in the environment, and that we have to capture. So if we see our country's NDC targets, or nationally determined contribution targets, we have taken a target that by 2030, our 50% of installed power will be non-fossil based. The very first step to achieve the reduction in the carbon emission. Then we have taken a target that 45% reduction in the emission will be done in comparison to the 2005 by 2030. Then we have also taken the target that by additional forestation and planting of trees, and you can see that a lot of initiatives already government is taking to plant the trees. So with that, we are aiming to achieve a reduction of 2.5 to 3 billion tons of carbon dioxide emission. And then finally, with these are the milestones, or in the projects we draw a PERT chart. So these are the activities of PERT chart through which we are determined to achieve the net zero emissions by 2070. Anyhow, we have to maintain the energy balance. So this energy balance for this, first of all, it has to be accessible and affordable to the user. Then the management at the distribution level should be appropriate, and ultimately, this energy should be sustainable and the environment friendly. Then only we can achieve the desired goal. So basically, to achieve net zero emission, we need the non-emission technologies or the negative emission technologies. So the negative emission technologies, by this term, we means that anything which reduces the carbon dioxide emission, because zero emission in any process, anyhow, it will not be possible. But with the help of CCUS, I mean, capturing the emitted carbon and then utilizing it and storing it, we will be achieving the net zero emission. So we have to rely on afforestation, CCUS, and also the biomass energy, or the use of biomass or waste to wealth. Also, there are some of the important points which we should see. These are some of the global development of projects which have established carbon capture storage facilities in their projects. We have Petronova, Drex, Baytown Project Unda, and then Sutter Dakar projects. These are the projects which have already established the carbon capture storage facilities. So basically, the Intergovernmental Panel on the Climate Change also has agreed that carbon capture, utilization, and storage, this entire value chain, that means the emitted carbon needs to be first captured. After capturing, it has to be either utilized, and after utilization, remaining has to be stored in a geological safe site, which has to be identified after a thorough study, so that it doesn't harm the environment. And that is the most appropriate and the most crucial technology which can help in achieving the net zero emissions, because it is closing the loop totally. So if we talk about the global policy frameworks in this regard, then the London Protocol is the first and the only and the most important thing which has started which gave the attention towards the carbon emission and how to control this emission. The European countries joined this London Protocol, and after that, basically it was Paris Agreement where the CCUS was accepted and adopted by most of the countries as a mission. Government has also taken various initiatives. Niti Aayog has formed 4 committees on each of this subject, that capture, utilization, and storage. And then they were asked to submit the reports, and reports have already been submitted, which are being discussed at various higher levels for the implementation and to see how they can be implemented. So basically the major challenges for the entire value chain application is we should have a proper standards, proper infrastructure, which is already covered in the reports and is being thought about and is being developed. So because when we have a regulatory framework and the technical standards at par with the global standards, then the process implementation becomes easy. Because anyway now industry, India is a very growing economy and fastly growing, and the industrial development of our country is the best in the world now at present. Since last 10 years, we can very confidently say that. So once and at the same time, we are also responsible, even our industry, I will appreciate that industry is also behaving very responsibly, and they are taking care of all the environmental norms. Our industry follow all the international standards also, which are being laid down. So for this CCUS particular application to achieve globally, all the countries have to align in the global framework network-wise also, and the technical standard-wise also. We have to adopt the uniform technical standards so that the process value chain is implemented exactly across the globe. Then only we can achieve the net zero emission globally. So these are the challenges which we have to anyway cover that. Also the funding part is that also being taken care and being looked upon that how it can be resolved. And the most important thing in the CO2 transportation is that if we can develop some hub and spoke model, or we can develop some cluster approach. Because in the cluster approach, the cost will be, the transportation cost and the operational cost will be reduced to a significant amount. And it will be a very easy to transport if everything is within the cluster. So all these ideas are being think upon and are being implemented, and are also some at pilot scale and the pilot scale, in some industry already been implemented also. So for capturing the basic chemistry, everyone knows that it's either adsorption or absorption process, or also the pyrogenic, breaking through heat. So all the petrochemical industries and the refineries from petrochemical industries, people know very well, the emission is being done through these processes, and we have a very readily available technologies which are at TRL level 7 and above. So that is there already, and it's being implemented also. For transportation, there are still, BIS has framed some standards, but those standards still need to be aligned with the international already framed the regulation and the standards, those technical standards. But however, it is being taken care, and it is now being explored and proposed that a cluster-based approach is being developed for the CO2 transportation infrastructure network. For the storage, it is required to have a comprehensive global geological surveys and identifying the sites where the carbon dioxide, this emitted CO2 or carbon, can be stored and without affecting the environment. So those sites, geological sites, should be identified after thorough study, and already it is being done. All the work is already being done, and these sites are identified, and after this thorough study and thorough research, and this even the pilot trials, somebody was telling me that from next year, there are 2-3 sites where the pilot trials will also be started. So it is already in progress. Utilization is the most important, the most crucial step in the CCUS value chain. Because this captured carbon can be utilized to produce a very useful chemicals, basic chemicals like methanol, dimethyl ether, acetic acid. They are the basic value chain or the key starting materials for all the specialty chemicals. And the chemicals is a fastest growing segment among all the segments, among all the industry segments. We are globally sixth, we stand sixth globally when we talk about the chemical sales. India is sixth globally. And the market of specialty chemicals is is reaching around 300 USD billion. So seeing the demand, I'm telling you all these things because chemical is present everywhere. And seeing the demand for chemicals, this utilization has a very good market and has a very good scope. Because chemical anyway is going to increase. Whatever articles are present here in our table, everything, there is chemical in everything. So the demand for chemical will always be there. So the utilization of this to produce chemicals or the basic materials of chemicals is the most crucial step and the most useful step it will be. Now, my final slide, the strategy proposed to achieve the CCS mission will be, we should have developed the technical standards which are globally aligned. We should have skill advancement and skill development for that. And the utilization of emitted carbon to produce the basic chemicals and the specialty chemicals should be explored and are still being explored and needs to be scaled up. And then the project promotions for all these new ideas and the new research and all the steps in infrastructure and the cluster-based approach for the transportation. So these are the few steps. Thank you. Jai Hind.